Okay, guys, let me make sure my mic is working. We'll turn down this background music a bit. Okay, awesome. Looks like my mic is working, which is awesome. I do want to do one other thing real fast while I'm getting this set up. Hope you guys are enjoying your day because it's a lovely, absolutely lovely, cold, chilly day here, but it's a lovely day everywhere. Always enjoying my lovely, lovely days. So let's go with this today. Guys, are you guys tired of the weak coffee that's for the weak? Guys, at Rumble, weak has never been part of their mission. Guys, they don't do filters. They have no fraud. There's no settling for mediocre. Guys, it's just $17.75 coffee. Guys, it's single origin, small farm, hand-picked, specialty grade coffee that stands for quality free speech, and it calls out the BS when it matters. If you're like me and you love good coffee, forget that stale coffee, forget that mass-produced beans roasted just enough to hide those nasty flaws. Guys, their dark roast, guys, it hits like Trump's tariffs. Their medium roast, it is bold without that bitterness. Their mushroom coffee, which is one of my favorites, real energy, lasting focus, and absolutely none of that synthetic garbage. For K-Cup pods, whole beans, fresh ground coffee, guys, go to 1775coffee.com and use the code STUDIO for 15% off. And start your morning with coffee. Guys, coffee that stands for something. You can even start your afternoon, start your evening. It's just damn good coffee. Oh, this is pretty cool. You have to check this out. And every dollar spent enters you to win their cool-ass Cybertruck and $30,000 in cash. Guys, remember, 1775 coffee, spectacular coffee, one of the coffees that we drink here on the farm. Now back to the show. Commercial over. So guys, just getting everything set up. I'm looking for my gloves at the particular moment. I don't know where I stuck them. So as you guys can see, it's a little foggy out. It's not too bad. We're going to get out there. We're going to do some looking at the kind of stuff. We're going to get it all figured out. I just want to check my audio. 1775 coffee. Audio sounds awesome. It sounds what it is supposed to sound like. So we should be good to go. Absolutely good to go. Let me make sure. I don't know. The other ones are not showing up again. It does this from time to time, guys. You guys know that I always try to get it to stream on the other sites. And then sometimes, like today, it's saying, no, I do not want to stream on all the other sites. I do not want to go stream on Party and Kick and BitChute and Vaughn. And I have no idea why. None whatsoever. Just absolutely silly that it does that. Absolutely silly. Why is my closed caption gone? Where is my closed caption? It's not working. How about now? Is the closed caption working yet? What happened to my closed caption? I like my closed caption. I don't know why it does this. Closed caption, are you working? Closed caption. Okay, well. Closed caption was working. Now, for some reason, maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll come back. Let me double check on here to see if everything is actually sounding okay. Maybe you guys can't hear me. Closed caption. No, looks like... Oh, okay. Well, closed caption came back. I don't know why it was delayed. But whatever. We don't care. We not care. So, I'm going to grab a cough drop because My allergies are absolutely insane today because you'll see it is allergies everywhere outside. Got my cheat sheet ready to go. Everything's awesome. You guys are awesome. But like guys, if you're following this, I don't know where you're following this at, but Extractor Firefly, just about everywhere. And if you happen to be following this on YouTube, it's the only one that's not Extractor Firefly, because there is, because I don't remember why. There's a reason. It's a good read, but that's the only place that's not Extractor Firefly. So most of you know, if you're new to this and you're wondering why I'm just rambling on, it's usually what I do for the first 10 minutes. Let everybody trickle in. The folks that want to be here, settle in, get their coffee. As someone who is always late and never on time, I like to let my fans trickle in and make sure that they are here, settled in and ready to go before we get into the good stuff. So, welcome friends. It has been a crazy couple days. The sun has been really dorking out, and even with me taking my methanol blue, it's still been giving me headaches. And this barometric pressure, I don't do well with barometric pressure changes. And so I've been functioning, but not the way I want. Like yesterday, it was almost 80. Today, it's 42. Or for those of you that don't believe in freedom measurements, that would be 6. So as you can see, it's a little foggy. Oh yeah, it's foggy. See, cell tower is gone. It's foggy enough to make the cell tower gone, which is cool. We've got lots of trees a-blooming. Mostly my plum and pear tree. Those, oh look, even those cell towers are gone. It's awesome. I like when I can't see any of the cell towers. Makes me happy. Makes it a good day. We got some quackers here. Oh, so it's gonna show you the sky, boring sky, 42, cloudy, nothing super exciting. Right now, let me get out my cheat sheet because I'm gonna start doing something a little different, guys. We're gonna start organizing. We're gonna start organizing my stream so that there's like segments to it, even though this is probably one of the worst places to be standing. You can see my extra wood pile. We're going to be moving that because we're going to be utilizing a lot of that wood. And then I have my little storage area over here, which also going to be moved. So wonderful weather. I mean, really, I can't complain. I like foggy days. I like gray foggy days, especially days that have headaches. It's nice when it's gray and foggy because then I don't feel like I'm ruining the day. Let me get this guy open. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm ruining the day. I don't feel like I'm wasting it. So if it was a hot, sunny, warm day, I would feel bad. Next on the list is the farm report. So what's going on with the farm report? Well, the daffodils are up, which is awesome. So far, all the ducks, chickens, everybody's been good. We've got the flowers. We got the flowers. They're a-blooming. I should be ordering my bees. If all goes out well, I'll be ordering my bees at the end of the week, and we'll see when we're going to be getting those. Cats are good. I told you a little bit about my headache. Lisa is good. Haven't been able to collect Sylvia's bones yet. That's still on the list of getting Sylvia's bones. Hopefully soon. Getting a bunch accomplished in the Victory Garden, in just-in-time Victory Garden. We'll be doing more talking about that. And just excited to see the leaves and how that's all working out. Oh, some of you want to know about the rat population. Rat population is declining. So we've been doing some tricks. We've got that that hormone, the milk juice, the milk bars for the we got the milk bars for the rats, and I think it's been doing well. Let's see if anything else is on my list. No, nothing. So today's main conversation we're going to have today, the main topic of today, is talking about how to be prepared, having plan B. I have plan C, D, E, and F, having all the plans in place, because, you know, you better have all the plans, right, Kiwi? All the plans, and Kiwi agrees, and so does this duck, which I don't remember what this duck's name is because we got a couple of ducks with the same name, but having all the plans in place, because once you've got all the plans in place, it makes it a lot easier to get everything figured out with whatever's happening. And I don't know about you guys, but unless you've lived under a rock, which maybe some of you have, there's some crazy stuff happening in the world. Good, bad, really, it doesn't matter what you politically agree or disagree with what's happening, it's happening. And sometimes when things happen and I politically agree or disagree with them, I don't care really too much about any of that because there's nothing I can really do to stop it. There's not a whole lot I can do to stop it from happening. We're going to go this way. And so since I know there's nothing I can do to stop it from happening, I just plan for it. So plan for the best or plan for the worst, hope for the best. As a pessimistic optimist, that is what I do most of the time. And I'm right now really planning for the crazy worst. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you need to know what things that you regularly have access to that you might not have access to. And so for me, the biggest thing I'm worried about right now is my animals, is feed for my animals. So the good news is we're going into spring. So with my chickens and rabbits and ducks and guineas, all of those guys, I can actually grow some food and I can have seeds and bugs and that kind of stuff. So for them, I have a decent plan in place. It's still a little early. I can also make some extra revenue by doing some odd jobs because people will always need some odd jobs in the particular area. So I can be focusing on some odd jobs. That light is annoying. If I put you have some of the stuff that we can't. You want to get corn or you want to get other things for your animals because they just might need an extra treat or they might need. So I'm good at that. So that's what we're going to be able to do. I don't know how loud this is. If that's really loud and annoying, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just scraping up the last little bit of feed because tomorrow is feed day. Okay. So that's the plan. That's my animal plan. Waterfalls from the sky. About water for me or for my animals. I see my ducks and I healthy. Sell the young and trade them for other things in a very tactic, in a very comfortable way that I'm pretty happy with how I have everything set. The thing to when it comes to other things, like, you know, me and Lisa, we occasionally like to go places, so we have to figure out how to have money for putting in the car or car maintenance or stuff like that. So one nice thing is I do most of the maintenance on the car myself because that is a skill I have. Now, if you guys don't have that skill, then maybe you find a friend that has that skill and you pay them a little bit of money or you trade them something so that they can help you with that. It's just the time, like, you know, you have backup plans to backup plans. So I know people I can call. I have access to the internet. I also have a book for my car just in case the internet doesn't work or I can't get a hold of one of my friends that can help me with that. So having that plan in place is nice. knowing people and having a book for my car. I also know, because my buddy Sean, you guys have probably heard him on here before, or Stu, he talks about how he's also on tires. Because of that, he is doing well. He can keep me up to date with what's happening in the tire industry. Tires with semis, it means I get some pretty good ideas of what's going to happen with the food industry and what we're doing with food and moving food around. So the other plan I have in place is I'm going to be growing a lot more food since I initially. I just want to keep adding more food to the mix. I want to be able to, just in case food prices really go up, I want to be able to get this stuff, buy some of so we don't have to buy our veg. We can grow most of it. So I'm working on, me and my dad are really doing some stuff in place where we're growing lots and lots of different types of veg. I want to really expand that. Like I said, we added tobacco this year to the mix. Why? Really good fruit that you guys can use to, keep different types of pests away. It's a good thing to keep deer away. It has a lot of benefits with that. So I'm not this particular conversation, I'm not really planning on anything, society collapsing or anything, because I don't think that we're there yet. So I'm not really, I have a plan for that, but it's not really anything. I'm not really in the category of what we're talking about. Why is that guinea attacking that chicken? Weird, crazy that's happening here. So, hey, food. I got a couple guys over here. I need to get some food too. So I'll give an example. So as a survivalist, I started off, my first major plan is I had plans for Y2K. And I had plans, like I got into radio. I learned a lot about radios. I learned a lot about alternative communication. I learned about how to research things on the internet. I learned about how to do backup stuff. So I had backups of backups. I printed out a lot of stuff. So I had stuff in paper form. I knew I was genuinely concerned with Y2K that the computer system was going to go down. So I had just a variety of different types of plans in place for that if that happened. And so because of that, that helped lead me into the idea of becoming a really good prepper. So I think every one of us needs some type of event. So for me, it was Y2K is what really got me into it. And then, I also planned for, after that, 9/11 really was my first good test to see how prepped I was, which was good because I had my alternative stuff. And that was also a good one that got a lot more people when I was trying to get more of my friends on board and trying to start building my community. 9/11 helped. Unfortunately, it helped, but 9/11 helped with building the community and showing people that we do need to be thinking about this kind of stuff. So why is everybody fighting? We fighting. So I've got everybody food. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the couple guys outside with some food. Okay. I haven't got the bunnies food. I'm still working on going with the bunnies food. Okay, so before I go do that, I just want to finish out what I was doing in here. So we have the, so we had 9/11, which was a way that I showed a lot of my friends. I got a lot more of my friends that weren't into prepping. I got them to at least come up with some plan. So that helped that helped having other people, because I will say one thing that's really hard is when you're trying to come up with a plan and you're trying to prep and you don't really have anybody to prep or plan with, or the people that you're trying to help add into your prepping and planning think you're crazy because they're like, oh, you know, like a lot of my friends that thought I was crazy about Y2K, even though, you know, I pointed out that everybody was prepping for Y2K. But, you know, and then I prepped for, you know, I prepped for 9/11. And I think the next big one that I prepped for was 2012. And the reason I prepped for 2012 actually is because 2008, when the stock market crashed in 2008, that was something I did not have a good plan in place for. I didn't have a horrible plan in place. I just didn't have as good a plan as I probably should have. I should have made some better, smarter decisions then, but there was a lot more stress going on during that one. So when 2012 happened, I made sure I had a good plan in place. So after that one, then the next probably big one was COVID. When COVID happened, I had a strong plan in place. I knew, because I heard about that happening a couple weeks ahead of time. You know, I had friends in China telling me about what was about to occur. And it doesn't matter. And again, I think this is important, guys. It doesn't matter if it's real or not real. What happens is the reaction of the general population, because that's all I'm really caring about is real, fake. It's best to, if you want to be a good gray man and you want to be able to survive most emergencies, make sure that you have a plan for all aspects of it. So we put in a strong protocol, and that one was a pretty easy one to convince my family of being involved in, because as folks are getting older or folks have health problems, when you have a health issue, a health emergency going on, or a perceived health emergency going on, it's easier to get people to stay on board with your preps. And so that one was pretty easy for me to get a bunch of people to stay on board with the preps. And it was a really good, I think for me, it was a really good test run, because I got to test it for a couple years. I got to do a long-term test to see how well I was at my long-term preps. So right now, like I said, I think we're going to see some not some good guys. The guineas are chasing out chickens. Let me get the chicken. Oh, I have to go get him. He chased him really far away. Let's go get that chicken. Let me put this in here, guys. See, you just never know. You can be in the middle of doing something that's very normal, and then all of a sudden things just go crazy and you have to go walk to the other side of the barn to go find a chicken. So we're going to go do that. We're going to do that real fast. So he's chased one of the chickens all the way out back, so I'm going to have to go get him. One of the black guys in the handy run. Yep. Winter again. So it can be difficult. I would say that the best way to get family members or friends or the people that you want part of your community to be involved is that you need to come up with a good plan, and you need to be able to explain that good plan. And one of that might be having instructions. So I need to get better in this, but I got a laminator. Hello, sister. Let me borrow her laminator. I need to laminate what different protocols are when different things happen. So, you know, if this happens, we do this. If this happens, we do this. That way, as a team, everybody has agreed upon it prior to the event happening. And then once the event happens, we know what to do. We don't have to feel nervous, or we don't have to feel like somebody's being a boss. We've agreed upon this ahead of time, and we can put the protocols in place then. Where did this chicken go? Where'd you go, chicken? Oh man, guys, where did the chicken go? Silly Guinea's chasing the chicken. I don't know where it went to. And I don't know what is going on out in the world right now, but my head is just starting to get pounding again. It is turning it back up. It's probably barometric pressure or something. So if I am not making as much sense as I normally do, that would be the reason. Searching for chickens, making sure I get everybody fed, dealing with a headache, and streaming. Let me go back to my cheat sheet because I have lost my place. So we were talking about Y2K, 9/11, COVID, ice storms. So sometimes you need to do prepping for little things that aren't even stuff that you need to worry that aren't even like natural disasters. I mean, that aren't like, world-ending disasters or stuff like that. It's just a simple ice storm. So this time of year, we do have to keep, it sounds silly that it's April, but we do have to keep thinking about things like ice storms, even this time of year. You guys will see what I'm navigating. I'm here in Sylvia's old pen, trying to navigate through here to figure out where that chicken went, because he chased him this way. And the chicken I thought went up that way, but maybe it didn't. So we need to plan for ice storms, what we're going to do for this time of year with ice storms. Like what we're going to do if the chickens are outside, or what are we going to do with some of our fruit trees, or things of that sort. Just having a plan in place for the ice storms this time of year. Or, you might be in an area where there's tornadoes, so you need to think about tornado season. And what is your plan in place? Do you have a way to contact your loved ones if, you're separated during tornado season, or during things of that sort? Other things people worry about around here is flooding. What's your plan? Where are you going to go? Where your family going to meet up if it starts flooding? So these are all things that I think a lot of people should have written down and put in place. And, everybody in the community, or everybody in your family, or everybody in your circle of group should have an agree upon what actions everyone's going to take, so that, during the chaos time, if everybody has like you don't even have to do necessarily a dry run, if everybody knows their roles and they've agreed upon these roles ahead of time. That's one of the keys, I think, is having agreed upon these roles ahead of time. When you agree upon these roles ahead of time, it makes everything a lot easier. There's the chicken. See, he's right in here. Here's what we're looking for. Right, buddy? Why do we lose signal? I don't know. Do we gain signal back? Yep. That was not what I wanted to happen, but it worked out fine. Sorry you missed it. What happened is he jumped off my arm. I picked that up and he ran under, so it all worked out good. Okay, let's go get the stuff to feed the bunnies, because that's next on the list, is bunny feeding time. And then we'll go back to my cheat sheet to see where we're at next on the mix of stuff. I haven't got to the bunnies outside yet. I got the chickens in the handy run. I haven't done the bunny in the handy run yet. No, I've just fed the chickens in the handy run, that's all. And then I went and had to go get that rooster. I did get those water because I had a little bit of water left. Okay. I can feel the little bit of irritation in my voice because of the headache, and it's very annoying. I'm tired of having headaches, but I know what they're from. That's the good part, is that I know why I'm having headaches. Some of you might think it's crazy that the storms cause headaches, but it is something, after doing ample amounts of research and looking at the sun and seeing how they correlate with barometric pressure, and how the barometric pressure and the sun doing activities together mixed with allergies can just really knock your immune system for a loop. And that's what's happening. So, no big deal. Again, we're talking about planning. It's things to plan for. So I have, I don't normally take aspirin. I normally just try to suck it up, or maybe I'll chew on a willow bark, which actually, I think that's what we're gonna go do. I was talking about chewing on willow, but I'm gonna go over there. Let's go do that. As soon as I get this guy food, let's go walk over there and grab some willow bark. Because that's what we need to do. Okay. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get this show a little bit more organized, more entertaining than the past ones. So here is my weeping willow tree. And I want to try to carve some stuff that doesn't have, we'll go about right here. A clip. So I'm going to take this little bit right here. Just keep it in my mouth, chew on it for a bit. And see if it helps with my headache at all. I know it's just a tiny little bit. That little tiny bit might not be actually helpful enough, but I don't want to go and get an aspirin, so I don't really like taking aspirin in the first place. So I would much rather chew on trees for a bit. Why is this not? It used to stand here just fine. Now it's not. I'll just leave you right like that. That'll be fine. Okay, let me give this guy some food and back to my cheat sheet. And we were talking about, well, we're talking about laminating stuff. We're talking about having everybody in your house be on the same plan. Talking about all that kind of good stuff. Starting small. That's a very, very good point. It's very overwhelming. If you want to try to get everything done at once, it's just not going to happen. That gets way too overwhelming to think about. So I suggest just starting off somewhere. And that might be just starting off with, what are you going to do if the car runs out of gas? Or what are you going to do if there's a car accident? Who are you going to call? What's the list set up? How do you have all that in place and set up? Or let's say the power goes out. That's another good one. So what we did in our house is, if the power goes out, everybody knows where all of the equipment are. I do need to make instructions on how to do everything in which order, because that is something I don't currently have set up, which actually would be very helpful. But we have, what needs to be done, what steps need to be taken to get the power turned back on. And all the other good stuff. He's gonna chill out there for just a minute. Saying hi to you guys. Need to get him some fresh water. Because that's what he wants, is he wants some nice fresh water. Like all of our guys here do. So let me go turn on the water. You guys can hang out with the rabbit for a minute. That is I forget what that guy's name is. Charlie, maybe? One of our older guys. One of our second generation. One of our in the bottom drawer at the house. Or maybe the top of the house. Not in the barn. So that's the other thing. The other important thing is knowing where your tools are. That's something I'm trying to work on. Me and Lisa getting, because she had just asked me where the staple gun was, and I had not told her yet that we had moved the staple gun location to a new spot, so that we have the tools better, well organized, and easier to access without, since we're gonna have to clean the barn soon, having all of our tools in a container on the porch. While it is annoying because it is farther away, it is a place where they won't get lost or bad things won't happen to them. So that's why the goal is there. So he's probably ready to eat. So let's take you guys out and shut this up right so. And figure out where I just put. Let's get to sit here for a minute because I don't know where I stuck the hook. Luckily, I know where some other hooks are, but where did I stick your hook, dude? I put your hook in here? I did not. Put your hook up there. I don't feel it in my pockets. Oh, I do. It's in my back pocket. Right here's the hook. Silly me. I want to grab these other hooks before I ultimately lose them. Just got these other hooks right here. Okay. These guys' water. How's your guys' water looking? You need a little bit more. You guys need some hay tomorrow as well. Perfect. And then he needs some water up there. And I think we're good. So having a good plan, knowing where your tools are, that's just a good thing to have on the farm anyways, is knowing where your tools are. But it's often a thing that gets overlooked because there's a variety of reasons why you might not know where your tools are. A lot of it could be just somebody else was working with them. You were in a hurry and you threw them down because you wanted to, I don't know, she wanted to get something done. Lots of different reasons. Knowing where your tools are is a good tactic. So I don't know if Lisa fed that other guy, so let's go check out and make sure she got him fed. Because That's the one guy I don't know. Kicking my butt again, guys. The waves of headache is pretty intense right now. So if I had to describe it, because some of you maybe don't experience headaches, so what it feels is, just imagine someone grabbing your forehead and squishing your forehead with a vice. And then while they're squishing your forehead, they're putting from the back of your head to the forward. So from the back forward, they're sticking a stick and they're poking it on the front of your forehead. So they're squishing your forehead and then they're poking your forehead with a stick. It's probably the best way I can describe how it feels right now. So it's very annoying. And I can't give a good description of why I have a headache. Well, like I said, I think it's the sun. I don't know why it's pulsating the way it's pulsating. That is something that is interesting. I know some of you are just like, what's your headache have to do with being prepared? Well, the headache has to do with being prepared is because you might be in the middle of doing chores like I am. And so you saw me eat some willow bark because I have that growing in the yard. I have other herbs growing in my yard for other types of things. And so knowing what step, I also, because this is a routine and we're going through and doing everything in the same routine over and over and over again, it does make it so that it is a little bit easier to do, so I don't have to think about what we're forgetting. And also having Lisa as my backup here but not always is Lisa here when I have a headache or get stuff done. So having your routine, knowing what you're going to do at which particular point really does help. So let's so we're not going to walk out to the field. I'm going to show you guys some of the flowers to date. So we've got the beautiful bubblegum plum, which just flowered like absolutely crazy insane. So you see the bubblegum plum over there and the apricot behind it. And we've got my willow is so happy that it actually even is producing some catkins as well. And you have the catkins of the pussy willow. And then our twisted apple. And then I do want to show you one of my favorite daffodils because we are getting close to the end of daffodil season. But I do want to show you one of my favorite daffodils is my daffodils with the pink in them. So you can see how the one is a little bit more pinker than the other. And this is actually something mustard. I forget right off the top of my head. Man, headaches make you dumb. I hate it. Hate it. But more bubblegum plum. Nice, beautiful blooms. This is nice. This is one of my crab apples. It's got some cute little lovely blooms. My pear, it is looking lovely. And then here is this is another plum. This is a plum that the Japanese make alcohol out of. So that's pretty fun as well. So let's go, let's do a follow-up with Lisa. Let's make sure we got everything accomplished. Lisa, I think we got everybody fed. I got the rabbit and the ducks in the one barn. Anything? Did you think I forgot anything?
I'm gonna take that water back.
Okay. find the lid. There's the lid. Let's put you guys here so I can turn it off. So I think we're going to try to do Let's Feed the Chickens 3 days a week. We're going to do it on Mondays. I think I said Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So Sunday and Monday will be 2 days in a row. I think this next episode, when I have a little better organized, next episode, so 251, will be the start of season 10. We're going to be a lot more organized. You can see kind of, today was like a test run. I need to do a little bit better organization of the segments, but this is kind of a test run. This will be the last of season 9. And yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, you guys can follow me on X Factor Firefly just about everywhere. If you want to watch past versions of this show, so this episode 250, if you want to watch the last 149 shows, you can get on to Rumble, and it's LFTC, Let's Feed the Chickens on there. And I'm currently uploading all of the shows. I think I'm at about episode 140 right now, so I still have about 100 more episodes to upload on there. So that'll be on Rumble, or you guys can follow me on Rumble, X Factor Firefly, and the last couple shows will be on there as well. And yeah, I'm slowing down, guys. The headache is, I can usually move the headache around in my head so that I can talk and I can function and I can do things, but right now I'm having a tough time rearranging the headache. It's coming up and hitting the front, and that's where you do a lot of your logical thinking. And so when I try to logically think about things, it is kicking my butt and making it really, really difficult. Difficult to the point where it's hard to like focus and even start put words together. So like the headache is right, so it's right here. So it feels like, first, I'm just trying to give another description. So imagine if someone's just pushing as hard as they can here, and then they have a stick and they're pushing as hard as they can there, but they're going through that particular part of the brain and they're pushing on your forehead. And then you have some lightning going left and right down the side. That's pretty much what my headache feels like. Like I said, I can function, I can talk, I can do a lot of things. It's just trying to multitask too many things in a row makes it extremely difficult. So we will see you guys on Thursday. Source willing, and the swells don't rise. And yeah. Anyways, friends, I will see you guys later. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And